Now, another story heavily discussed online today is the Conservatives' new website went online today. The Conservatives are claiming that myconservatives.com is, quote, the most ambitious party political campaigning network of its kind outside the States. Let's talk about it. Shane Greer is the executive editor of Total Politics magazine. He's made a training video for people behind the new website and a regular contributor to this programme. In our Westminster studio this evening is Luke Pollard. He's the Labour parliamentary candidate for South West Devon. He also trains MPs to use the internet. Shane, what's so special about this site?
What's different about it is the way it reaches down to the grassroots. We've seen, for example, in My Barack Obama, what they were trying to do there was enable people to raise money online, very small donations up to slightly larger donations, but basically empowering people. What this is about is enabling individuals to connect with candidates or campaigns that they feel strongly about. And you don't have to be a Conservative Party member, or in fact even a member of myconservatives.com. So it's very much a grassroots effort that's focused on getting people involved, and maybe people who don't necessarily feel particularly affiliated to the party but want to support a candidate or a campaign.
OK, Luke Pollard, you've put Eric Pickles on the front page of this website. He's the first bit of video anyone visiting it sees. Was that a good idea?
Well, certainly Eric has a very kind of public-facing role for the Conservatives, and they're trying to portray him as a very fun chap. The phrase they use, especially when you get an error message on My Conservatives, says, "I'm sorry, chums, that page can't be found." So they're trying to put over a very kind of personable nature to this site, and that's really important for every party, actually, that the online software that they're using and the window to the public that voters will be able to see is as kind of user-friendly as possible. So it's actually a good move for them, yes.
You've had a site going for your campaign for, well, many years now. It's quite, I mean, there's a lot of dense, a lot of material there. Come on, be honest about the stats. Do many people actually visit it?
They do, I think, and if you look at Labour's national online campaign, Labour's Membersnet, which is the rival version to My Conservatives, that was launched in 2006, and that has tens of thousands of registered users already. And so it's great to see that the Conservatives are actually, learning the lessons of social networking, because although they've had a lead in the blogging space for quite some time over Labour, I think most people in the party would probably admit that, in terms of social networking and mobilising grassroots supporters, they've been lagging for some time. So it's good to see that they're catching up, but it's also good for politics that now both main political parties are engaging with the grassroots online.
You see, Shane, one of the arguments put to why you, as the right-of-centre bloggers, and there's several of you in the community very, very prominent, and maybe it's an easy thing to do in opposition. When and if the party becomes government, will you be as relevant?
I think it depends on the blogger, to be quite honest. I'm sure Luke would probably agree with this. For example, if you've got a libertarian blogger, think of someone like Guido Fawkes. The reality is, whoever's in government, that's his opposition, so he's going to get stuck into them.
Wait and see, don't we?
If you've got someone who's simply there to toe a party line, regardless of what party they're in, when your party's in power, you're simply not going to do as well. But I think going back to what Luke was saying a moment ago, one of the great things about My Conservatives that really puts it beyond anything else we've seen in the UK is the way it shows trust to individuals who aren't actually party members. I'll give you one example. Tele-canvassing, which is a big part of modern campaigning. Basically, it's where you're phoning up people in a local area as if you're going door to door, but you're doing it over the phone. Rather than restricting it to members of the party, it actually enables team leaders on My Conservatives to get someone who isn't a member of the party and give them a set of phone numbers so they can get involved. So this is very much about trust, and that's one of the biggest and most important things about this. It reaches down to the grassroots and it empowers them.
You're agreeing with that then, Luke? You think this idea of anybody phoning anybody is for gay?
Well, I joined My Conservatives earlier on today, actually, and I registered, and it's great to see that I'm doing it. I think when you're speaking on behalf of a party, it is difficult for parties to relinquish control to not only their members, but also in terms of volunteers for being able to communicate to other voters. But Barack Obama's campaign really showed that actually, online campaigning shouldn't be about campaigning online for the sake of campaigning online. It should really complement the kind of grassroots door knocking that you do. And so most of the really successful online campaigners in the UK and elsewhere use their internet campaign effectively to mobilise people on the ground, to go and bang on the doors of their neighbours, to actually deliver leaflets, and that's really where the success can come from using online campaigns.
Luke, Shane, I've taken you away from your keyboards for long enough. I have to let you go. Thank you very much indeed. Here's the weekend weather.